New outbreak we need to talk about just as we hit the summer months. It's called Blue Dot Fever. What is it? It's actually a great thing. It means we're not paying these ridiculous concert prices. As we enter into, now that we're into May, the start of the traditional summer concert season, and this is a term I started to see pop up probably 2.5 weeks ago, Blue Dot Fever, and I thought, oh God, what is this next thing? What are they pushing now? What is this? What is this fear tactic? And then you read a little bit deeper into it, and it's actually a great thing. It means people are pushing back and they're refusing to pay what we all know has been going on in the music industry, insane ticket prices. So what does it mean? You know when you go on Ticketmaster or any other concert site and you see I'll go on there. What seats are available? And you see the blue dots are the ones that are available. You may have noticed this too. You go on recent concerts these days and you count all kinds of blue dots. Well, the industry has come up with this term to try to explain away what's going on. They try to make it sound like it's some sort of a condition. Oh, Blue Dot Fever hit that artist again. Gonna have to cancel the tour. As if it's like something out of their control. No, there's all kinds of reasons for this. But the great thing is, whether they like it or not, whether they know what they're doing or not, young people are learning about economics and they're pushing back. Whether they know it or not, it's great. We'll get into it. Hey, but aren't you glad I'm not talking about politics? Thanks for finding Wicked Radio, the live stream and the replay, X, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. Audio podcast as well, wherever you like to get those. And they're all different. Wherever you like to, wherever you like to listen, and a lot of you are, thank you so much. They all ask you to do something else to find out when the next one's coming. Download, like, share, subscribe, whatever it is. Thanks for doing it. I appreciate it so much. Let's get into it. So this has been popping up recently, and now it's one of those trending terms because it's May. It's the summer concert season, traditionally, or was in the past. Maybe it's a COVID thing that changed everything, maybe not. I think it more has to do with less money, less dinero in everybody's pocket or bank account, however you want to describe it. But it's been popping up. It's been going on. You probably noticed it yourself. Maybe these are some of your favorite artists canceling summer tours. Oh, what happened? Was the artist sick? Did he have a tragedy? Kind of. People aren't buying it. And there's all kinds of reasons, but now that it's a trending thing, let's go to the New York Post, their page 6 reporters. This is kind of like their gossipy, trendy, entertainment kind of gross, tabloidy kind of like section of what they do. Let's break it down with this guy's report and get to what he's talking about. Blue Dot Fever. First of all, I love the name. All right, here he is. Here's the first part, and we'll take it in pieces.
What's going on in the music industry, and it's called Blue Dot Fever. At least that's what we're calling it. It's when you go on Ticketmaster and you see that sea of blue dots. Those are all those unsold seats.
Okay, first of all, I have to give them credit. Let's start it. I'm going to be positive to start this one off. Calling something Blue Dot Fever is probably the most creative thing the music industry has come up with in like 35, 40 years, because it's actually freaking brilliant. But here's the problem. By doing it, by giving it a name, and it's not just them, it's not just the reporters from page 6 in the New York Post. This is a music industry term. This is like the promoters, Live Nation, all of these labels, all of the artists themselves, they're all calling it a thing to make it sound like it's something that they were afflicted with, you know what I mean? That came into them, that caused them where they have to. It's an out, where they had to cancel a tour. That's what it is. We know what the reason is. Your freaking prices are insane, first and foremost. That's the bottom line. But he goes on to explain it even more. So what's the result of this Blue Dot Fever?
Stadium that your favorite artist didn't sell out. Well, Post Malone has paused his current tour. Sources say it's Blue Dot Fever. He says it's because he's making some new music that's not ready yet.
Hold on, time. Sorry to pause him so much, but I have to. So I guess the first artist he mentioned there, who you would think is everywhere. Don't be fooled by that. It's like a music industry psyop. You see Post Malone everywhere. Bud Light ads now. You see him in commercials. You see him at sporting events singing the national anthem. There's no way that his tour wouldn't sell out, right? Don't be fooled. That was all an image created, apparently. And I have people who know him say he seems like a nice guy, whatever, but that's a different thing. But how about the excuse there that the page 6 reporter said there? What's the official excuse? What's the official reason given for him canceling a tour? Well, he's working on some new music and it's not ready yet. Can you imagine saying this to the Stones? Imagine saying it to like Keith Richards, you know? It's like, all right, Keith, we've got the tour booked for summer U.S. tour. We're going to start in California. You're going to play all the major festivals, right? Can you imagine Keith Richards going, Again, my music's not ready yet. No, he would have said, all right, let's finish it up. Cut, take, go. Ship it, print it, let's go. Not ready yet. Just be honest with people. Your tour isn't selling out. You didn't cancel it because of Blue Dot Fever. You canceled it or because your music wasn't ready yet. You canceled it because its price is too high compared to what you're offering these people. He goes on. He's not the only artist.
Trainer pulled the plug on her tour. Sources said it was Blue Dot Fever, but she said she wants to spend more time with her family. The Pussycat Dolls canceled their tour today, although they admitted to coming down with the dreaded disease, basically saying they took a hard look at things and it wasn't going to work out. Guess you could also call it cat scratch fever. You can subscribe to the Page Six Hollywood newsletter for more.
Yeah, well, gee, what am I going to do? I had my Pussy Doll tickets ready to go. Whatever the hell they're calling themselves. At least, but you know what? Of all of them, at least that group, the Pussycat Dolls, at least they were honest about it. You know what I mean? They first started saying it was a family thing. No. At least they were honest. They said, we're not selling any concert tickets. That's why we're canceling the tour. If more artists were like, actually, believe it or not, ironically, them, and were honest about what's going on, I think more fans would be able to support them. But they all think, and Meghan Trainor, well, I want to spend more time with my family. Yeah, but I bet you if those concert tickets were selling, you wouldn't want to spend as much time with your family if they were just honest with this. But it goes back to exactly what the cause of this is, right? And I'm telling you, my overall theme on this is it's a great thing. Sorry for the artists. Oh, I'm sorry you're going to make a few less million this year. I'm so sorry about that. But it means that people, whether they know it or not, are learning supply and demand, because these kids, and we tend to think, and Taylor Swift was the outlier on this, right? $1,200 tickets, $1,300, $1,500. Maybe I'm low on that. I have no idea, and I have a daughter too who would have mortgaged her future child and my future grandchildren for these tickets for Taylor Swift. I totally get it, but that's an outlier. All these other artists seem to think they're on that same level somehow, right? They can charge hundreds. When was the last time any of them, any new artist actually went on Ticketmaster and a promoter through Live Nation and sold any ticket that was less than $100, $200, $300, anything like this? And that's not the only thing. We all know if you've been to any concert venue anytime soon to see anybody, this applies to all of them. Oh, that's not just it. Well, let's outside of the ticket price you paid, no matter what that is. Okay. You got a low-dose show for $120. Congrats, great. Okay, you think you're in and out the door, and that's about it. Oh no, not when you total it all up. We all just want to get outside and have a good time and enjoy the night, right? It's a little bit tougher when you get to the concert venue and then you have parking. If it's not built into the ticket, what's your parking? What's your average parking ticket? I'm on the low end near me, where I am with all the concert venues, $25 minimum. If it's not already built into the ticket, which would be more. Most places are $30. I've paid $50 at a outdoor amphitheater parking thing. Paid $50 to just have your car sit there. Multiplied by how many cars? 5,000, 6,000? How much money are these venues making? That's about it. Well, then you get through that. You're like, yeah, all right, whatever. I want to see the show. I'm inside. And then you walk inside and you're like, all right, let's get it. You want a beer? You want a drink? Okay, let me get and you walk up to the concession thing and you look at their options. You're like, okay, nothing I drink here. All right, what do you got there? Let me get was that rainwater light? Is that what that is? Okay. All right, you want a 16 or 20 ounce, sir? 16, I guess, whatever. Okay. Rings it up, turns the little thing around, including a tip that you want to give them. That'll be $16.50, sir, for your 16 ounce rainwater light on draft. Okay. And then you probably got a mixed drink, which is watered down too, and twice as much as that. You probably pay $25, $30 for that drink. That's before you get to your seat. And then you get to your seat, and then what do you have? You have most people doing this. Sorry to sound like old guy, but it's true. You know what I'm talking about. You get to the concert experience, and most people are seeing the concert through this. Sorry, audio listeners only, but I'm holding up my cell phone. This is how most people see the concerts these days, right? So that's your concert experience, the people you're surrounded by. Because I don't know about you, for me, part of the concert experience is being surrounded by people who are other fans of that band or that act or that show, right? That's a different experience too. But let's get to the music itself. It is tough to find any live act, and unfortunately, most but not all rock acts too, where there's not at least part of this that has backing tracks that are recorded. God forbid, sometimes the case is all vocal tracks recorded, backing tracks for other stuff. Now, with the pop stuff, it's almost all pre-recorded. Almost all of it is, except for certain selections of the show. So remember, and you go back to what you paid to get to this point to the show, to hear pre-recorded music, and you've got your thousands of dollars in some cases, already to experience that. And then you've got the possibility that this person's probably going to tour again next summer. So you're sitting there with listening to your pre-recorded tracks that you've already paid thousands of dollars to get into. You're hoping your car is still in the parking lot, and you're thinking, I could have just seen this person next year. So the over-accessibility is a part of it too. All of this, and they wonder why it's Blue Dot Fever. Really? No, it's bad music fever. What happened here, and finally people are waking up to it. So even though it's a creative title, and I give the music industry and the concert industry, and I don't know who came up with it first, but this Blue Dot Fever, that's a great creative name. It just is. That's hilarious. If they had been this creative in the concert industry for all these years and done that kind of stuff to make it accessible for people, I think things would be a lot better off. People are pushing back on this. Plus, there's another thing I didn't mention at the concert experience. How about the merch? This is something that is, since I've been going to concerts starting in the early 80s to now, this is something that's never gone away, the merch tent. Now, why is that? Because there's so much money to be made. The margins are so high because they print something up in some Vietnam factory. They ship it in. They get it probably for $10 a shirt. What are they charging you? What's the last time you saw a concert shirt you wanted to buy? $50, $60 is that minimum? And then they have some higher price items like the Taylor Swift sweatshirts that were selling a few years ago. Those are into the hundreds. That's another thing. So if you're a parent, you're bringing a young person to their first thing, then the pressure starts. Oh, please, but I don't know if they're ever going to tour again. Please, can you buy me the thing? And then you're pressured into buying that too. So now you've paid the concert ticket, the exorbitant parking price, your $36 drink cost for a watered-down cocktail or a rainwater light, the pre-recorded music, and then you're paying hundreds of dollars for merch. Again, I get it. This is all choice. You don't have to do this kind of stuff, and you would have to be, a real big fan to actually go through this whole thing, unless you just didn't care or you have that much expendable cash. But a lot of people don't have that much expendable cash these days, that much disposable income just to throw away on these kind of things. So what are they doing? They're pulling back because we have other entertainment sources these days, and that's great. This is supply and demand playing out before our very eyes, no matter what they call it, whether they want to call it Blue Dot Fever or not. This is the populace. This is the concert-going public saying, you know what? No. There's always a price, right? They always like to tell you there's always a price for everybody. Well, there's a price where you walk away to. Let's see. I've seen this artist before. I know it's going to be pre-recorded tracks. It's an expensive thing. I don't like the venue too much, and they're charging twice as much as when I saw them 3 years ago. I don't think so. That's the cause of this Blue Dot Fever. That's what's going on. But I will tell you, talking about everything having a price, it's what you're willing to pay, obviously. Now, if two of the Beatles came back to life and were resurrected tomorrow, right? If John and George came back to life and they said, well, that was an experience. We got to get the band back together. And they got together with Paul and Ringo, and the Beatles did a summer tour. I'm going to mortgage the house to go see that. I would. Because that's my price point. That's what I would want. But this crap, like in the Page 6 article the guy was talking about there, Meghan Trainor seems like a nice girl. Every one of those songs that I've heard that my kids have played for me sound exactly the same. And you're not going to tell me that that's not pre-recorded when she's on there live. So that tour canceled, but Blue Dot Fever? No, that was not. That was low demand. Is that what? What that was? Post Malone? I'm working on new music. I can't tour. No, it's because we can already see it. You're overexposed everywhere. We see on every other commercial, and I can just buy the record or get it on Spotify. Everybody's got a price. But there's also good news. So, like all industries, the concert industry reacts, right? You might have seen this come across your inbox. Budget-friendly options all of a sudden popping up. And I usually do these for summer, festival tours and all this other stuff. Live Nation has launched Summer of Love promotion, where you can save money May through, I think it's through August, possibly September, for these concert tours that a lot of them aren't selling whatsoever. And that includes a lot of the rock acts, by the way. So why does this happen? It's because they want to make some money where they can. Offers $30 all-in tickets, fees included, taxes extra, I don't know about parking, for thousands of shows across the U.S. Who's participating? Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Avenged Sevenfold, Motley Crue, Shinedown, Breaking Benjamin, Evanescence, Goo Goo Dolls, Pitbull, and many more. Now, why is that? Because a lot of these acts have crews they need to pay, and they need to pay back some money somehow. And that's exactly why you have these Summer of Love promotions going on, so they can make money back. And that's a great thing. We should be celebrating that. This is the consumer public saying, yeah, your concert tickets are way too high, and I was kind of iffy on that band anyway. Pushing back, and all of a sudden, the venue says, all right, this show is less. Give me one other tip. As an experienced now concert goer, it's a gamble, because you never know if the show's going to actually sell out. It's always a gamble. But the day of ticket, you can always get a deal. Always. Especially, this is mostly for rock shows, especially big ones, right? But if you wait long enough and you're willing to gamble, you wait day of to go back on that concert site to see if you want to buy or not, you can almost, not always, but almost always get a reduced ticket price. That's another thing you can do that the concert industry has known about for years, because they want to sell out as much as they possibly can and grab every last possible dollar. They're a business, but so are you. You're in the business of not wasting your money. So this is great. They can call it anything they want. I happen to love the name Blue Dot Fever. What it means is the consumer is pushing back, and I freaking love that. So that'll be good things. Oh, and by the way, here's another factor we didn't even talk about with this whole thing. The scalping tickets. Here's another reason why people aren't trying to buy tickets anymore. They don't think they can get them if it's a huge act these days, because they've never still, Kid Rock has been trying to clean this up. He's even gone to Congress to try to talk about it. They still have never figured out the scalping industry and how to beat them with their bots online. You figure it out. Figure it out, make the entire concert experience better. Otherwise, you're going to suffer more Blue Dot Fever. I freaking love it. All right. Told you I'm not talking about politics today, but no less important. Have a great summer of love if you're buying some tickets, whatever it is. But remember those tips. Day of show always works. Thanks for finding me, too. Wicked Radio live stream, replay, X, YouTube, Facebook. As always, this is mostly an audio podcast. I just do it on camera and live because that's what I'm used to, and I'm better live with no net. So that's where you find me. But the audio podcast gets posted right after every platform you love to find them on, for the most part. At least iHeart and Spreaker and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Those are the ones I know about. Maybe it's somewhere else. I don't know, but you found it, and I appreciate it so much. It's Tuesday. Make it a wicked awesome one. I'll talk to you tomorrow.